guys, how's it going? It's Al. Super Bowl is here, and that means that there are prop bets that we are going to have to bet to make the game a little bit more fun than it may otherwise be. So this being a very entertaining game, we've got some really entertaining prop bets that we are going to take a look at on this video. I'm going to go over to the Draftkings Sportsbook. We're going to look on Underdog Fantasy. We're going to take a look at everything that they're offering on both places. We're going to fill out a pick'em card over on Underdog Fantasy. You can go to smizzle.tv/underdog to sign up, or just use the promo code ALSMIZZLE, all one word, at deposit, and you get a deposit match when you do that up to $100 that you can use on your pick'em. I don't have any promos for you on DraftKings. I'm sorry, but you probably already have a DraftKings account as it is. So let's go through and take a look at everything that they're offering on both sites. Thank you guys for being here. Drop a subscribe on the channel. Drop a like on the video. Make sure you ring the notifications bell. Let's go.
He's a legend.
Why don't we start right at the top? It's not a prop bet, but it's basically where the game is right now. As of right now, this is right now. The Rams are favored by 4.5. Over under of 48.5. That's come down. It opened at like 50. Rams are minus 200 on the money line. Okay, so do whatever you want with that. That's not fun. It's not fun. You can bet the alternative spreads. So like you can kind of change them, right? I did this. I don't really bet sports all that much. Obviously, that big disclaimer. I have not completed my sportsbook account and verification and everything because I live in California and we don't have legal sports betting in California through the Draftkings Sportsbook. So for me, I'm just a spectator when it comes to this stuff, but I do enjoy talking about it. And definitely we use it in our daily fantasy analysis because Vegas does tend to be somewhat sharp about certain things, but finding the inequities in the lines is what's best. Now, betting the unders is obviously sharper. There's more ways for an under to happen than an over to happen, but overs are just more fun. It's always more fun to sweat than to anti-sweat. It's always more fun to have player minutes remaining and chase people down at the end of games than have to sit up there with no player minutes remaining and hope that people don't pass you. So me doing this for fun, especially on Underdog with pick'ems, I like to bet the fun stuff. So that's where I'm going to focus this. Hopefully we can add a little bit of joy to our Super Bowl Sunday on top of the great commercials, the amazing halftime show, and everything else. So if you wanted to tease the line, if you think, you know what, Rams are favored by 4.5, but like I think that the Bengals win this on the field. Now, like you have the money line, you can just bet the Bengals, but like what if you think the Bengals win by a touchdown or more? You bet them by 6.5. That puts you at plus 340. Basically 3.5x your money if you wanted to go for that. Also not all that fun. Same thing for the alternative total if you want to tease it up or down. Super Bowl specials, that's where it's at. This is what we're looking for. This is the fun stuff. We smashed last year on the Gatorade color because blue was so mispriced for the best tasting flavor of Gatorade that we hammered the blue Gatorade and we won. And it was the greatest time I've ever had in sports betting. Any non-QB to throw a touchdown pass plus 1,400. If yes, that's super long shot. Some of these super long shots are kind of fun. There's one that we're going to look at in a little bit that I thought was very interesting. For like a touchdown score, a multiple touchdown score. Any QB to have 4 or more passing touchdowns. It doesn't seem like the right price. Plus 400 seems. Any team to successfully recover an onside kick would require onside kicks first of all. Any team to kick a winning walk-off field goal at the end of regular time plus 500. Every game has been close so far in the playoffs. If you believe that this one's going to stay close, could be interesting. The ones that I think are most interesting, where'd they go? Novelty props. Any kick up hit the uprights? No. Everybody loves the coin toss. Tails has actually won more than heads. I like that it's 105 and not minus 110. So whatever. Coin toss winner. Who cares who wins? You're betting heads or tails, right? We're betting heads or tails. And I understand that tails never fails, but I always call heads. So I'm going to take heads in this spot. Give me heads there. Gatorade color. They have clearly corrected the problem. Because blue was like plus 1,000 or plus 1,500. I don't remember what it was. Go check back for last year's Super Bowl props video. Clearly, blue was the way to go last year. We cashed that ticket if you bet that stupid ticket. Right now, purple is the best. Sorry. Purple's the best tasting flavor of over here. But red at plus 1,200 seems very strong, right? Clear or water? No. Orange? No. Not going to be blue 2 years in a row. Red, Gatorade, and you get the bonus color of pink. Ain't going to be pink Gatorade. But like red Gatorade is a pretty standard flavor. And for it to be that standard of flavor and be at plus 1,200 seems like a mispriced prop. So give me the red Gatorade this week. Jersey number of first touchdown score. This is tough because Odell Beckham Jr., Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Akers is 22, I believe. So like you've got a whole lot on the under. So basically you could encapsulate everybody for the TD scores. Mixon is over. Akers is 23. Did that line move? I think yesterday when we were going over these. Super Bowl specials, novelty props. Yeah, under 23.5. So like that kind of evened it out. So like look at the value that you're getting with that. You're getting not getting Mixon. Anytime touchdown score. Where's anytime? TD score. Thank you. You're getting Cooper Kupp. You're getting Cam Akers. You're getting Jamar Chase. You're getting Odell Beckham Jr. You're getting T. Higgins is over. And all the tight ends are over. So essentially, you're getting an awful lot of value with the major guys when it comes to that novelty prop if you're betting the under there, but you're paying for it with minus 140. Will there be an octopus? I don't even get that. Is all of a sudden, is this a Detroit thing? Is this a Detroit hockey thing? Like, because Stafford and like this is basically Detroit Super Bowl, right? With Stafford and Eminem at halftime. This is essentially the closest that Detroit is ever getting to a Super Bowl. So we're going with the Red Wings angle here that like they would throw octopi on the ice. So like somebody from Detroit is going to be at the game and bring an octopus. That seems like a lot. Seems like a lot. I'm going to go no octopus. I'm going to go no octopus there. And then we're going to head over to our next thing. Player specials. I didn't think we had anything here that we liked under player specials. Bet them if you will. The Super Bowl squares. Love to see this quantified. So everybody out there does squares, right? It's like the easiest, takes no thought. It's like the Keno of sports betting. They give you a crayon, you draw on a square, you put in 5 or 10 or 20 bucks, and then they randomly put in numbers for both teams, Rams, Bengals, and if your square correlates. You always knew that like 0-0, 0-7, 3-0 were like a 7-3 were always the best ones. It's nice to finally see it quantified from a sportsbook angle that these are all like less than 10-1. 3-4, 7-4, 3-3, 7-3, 0-4, 0-3, 0-7, and 0-0 being the best chances to win. So I'm not saying to bet this. I'm saying when you're playing your squares, at least you know where you ended up, what type of chance you have, and the longest shots when it comes to those, obviously, anything with a 2. 2s suck, right? 2s are bad, 5s are bad. There's like really only one path to a 5. Realistic path to a 5. There's ways you can get there, but like it's not a realistic path. Headlock, what is this? Chat is looking things up. Hold on. An octopus is a real football stat invented in 2019 by a writer from Sports Illustrated. It doesn't even name the writer. Not saying Headlock didn't, but like wherever you copy pasted that from didn't do it. It occurs when the same player that scores a touchdown scores the ensuing 2-point conversion. That's an octopus. So like if Cooper Kupp scores a touchdown and then catches a 2-point conversion, is that what that is? Okay, then I changed my bet. I'll take yes. Give me the octopus because why not? I'll bet yes on octopus. I'm changing my bet from no to yes. I thought it was a Detroit thing. I never heard that before. There have only been 169 recorded octopus instances in NFL history. Nice. Cool. I'm in. Give me an octopus. All the taco for you sushi fans out there. Jamar Chase outscored Joe Mixon in DK fantasy points. Yes or no? Most passing touchdowns, Stafford versus Burrow. I'll take Stafford here. Most passing yards, I'll take Burrow here. Most receiving yards, Kupp plus Akers or Jamar Chase plus Mixon. That's interesting because Akers has not really been involved in the passing game. Joe Mixon has been involved in the passing game, and Jamar Chase clearly lags behind Cooper Kupp. This one's crazy. This one's pretty strong. I kind of think I like the plus 120 on Chase and Mixon here. Straight up, I would like Kupp and Akers, but it's not straight up, so I'll take the value on the plus side there. Most receiving yards match bet, Cooper Kupp minus 200, probably about right. For that one, Chase is going to have to get really loose because he's not going to get the volume that Cooper Kupp is going to get. And TD scores. This is where we're going to get a little bit interesting. Anytime scores, Odell Beckham at 120 seems like a solid play with as much red zone and end zone usage as he's gotten the last 4 to 6 weeks for the Rams. Obviously, Cooper Kupp at minus 190. These are the better bets, more likely to happen. I think that Beckham should probably be at or above where Jamar Chase is, to be honest with you. So I like the value here at plus 120 that we're getting with Odell Beckham Jr. I like the value that we're getting at plus 175 with T. Higgins, anytime touchdown scorer as well. I think that he outscores Jamar Chase fantasy-wise in this game, as the Rams are going to do everything they can to pester the hell out of Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow to not let them beat him deep. And yes, they could change things and get underneath, but Higgins a little bit better at the short to intermediate routes, and they have done a lot more to get him the ball in those places, although they did a great job of adjusting in the second round. In the second half against Kansas City. Now, my 2 or more touchdown scores. This is where we're going to get crazy. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. This is where we're going to get nuts. Score 2 or more touchdowns. We're looking for value here. We're looking for a massive long shot here, right? This is the let's have fun sort of situation. Now, Joe Burrow and Stafford, that means they have to score running or receiving touchdowns. I don't think either of them are going to do that. Nobody down in here is going to be on the field enough to score 2. So I'm looking in this middle range right in here. So for me, if I'm going to be betting the long shot here, give me the Rams defense to score 2 or more touchdowns in this game at 20-1. I'll take that one at 20-1. Obviously, Kupp, Mixon, Jane, like these guys, but they're not getting past. We're trying to go long here. Obviously, there is very little chance of the Rams defense scoring 2 touchdowns. It's probably like a 25 or a 30-1 realistic odds of happening in a game. But if it was going to happen in a game, how can we talk ourselves into that? The Rams defense would have to put an awful lot of pressure on the opposing quarterback, which would mean they'd have to be playing a team that has a really bad offensive line, and they'd have to force him into a lot of bad throws or possibly get a thick 6 from a sack, strip sack, scoop it up and watch the big man run in for a touchdown, and then maybe get a lot of pressure on the outside, get a lot of pressure in the backfield, which forces a bad throw to the outside, which turns into a pick 6. Is that possible that could happen against this Cincinnati Bengals team? Kind of think so. And at 20-1, I'll take the value there. Let's head over to Underdog and fill out our pick 5 here. I've got a 5 here that I think is pretty fun. There's a massive menu on Underdog right now of all these things, and maybe the best picture of Joe Burrow in any prop betting situation that you've ever seen. They had yesterday a special prop where you could fill out a 2-pick card, and it was Joe Burrow throwing for over 1 passing yard. If that's still there for you, I've already filled out mine. Go ahead, take the value there and try and get your 2.5 or whatever it is to 1, or your 3-1 on that one. Take the specials whenever they show up. It's basically them trying to give you free money. Pick something that you like and go after and get it. Tons of things on this menu. I like the one-off ones. So give me Cam Akers over a half touchdown on the day. Give me Odell Beckham Jr. over 22.5 for his longest reception. Just takes 1 to get there. Cooper Kupp over 8.5. It is half-point PPR on Underdog, so that's one route that you can go. T. Higgins, a 25-yard catch, and Jamar Chase, 1 touchdown. Let's do that. We'll go for $100 to win $2,000. Confirm. We're in. Boom. There it is. If you don't have an account on Underdog Fantasy, smizzle.tv/underdog, or just use the code ALSMizzle at your first deposit and get yourself a deposit match there. The bets that I like the best, I've detailed a couple of them for you. When I would go to Vegas, I would go to Vegas all the time for Super Bowls, so these invited parties and stuff. And they had their sports books and things. And I would love betting first quarter under. And I can't find that off the top of my head. I'm not as fluent in the Draftkings Sportsbook as I would like to be. They're quarters. First quarter total under 9. It's usually like 10.5. They've lowered this. So like 9 is somewhat dangerous. Teams do tend to come out and like jab in the first quarter. They're not taking big old haymakers and big swings. So I've historically always bet the under in the first quarter in the Super Bowl. 9 seems a bit lower than it used to be. The books have gotten a little bit sharper. But that would typically be my every year would be under on the first quarter and then let the rest of the game go. They tend to open up in the second quarter. Obviously, they're utilizing timeouts as they get close to the end of the half and push for that last score, which gets you over usually on your first half totals. But under first quarter, over on the anthem, which I did not find on DraftKings, but I'm sure it's there. Over on the anthem, usually it's what, 2 minutes and 12 seconds? I'll take the over on the anthem. Give me the under on the first quarter and just have fun, guys. All right, get out there, have yourselves a great Super Bowl weekend, and I'll catch you later. Look out for another video right there. Bye.
He's a legend.